here.
Sail of the century. Hey guys, this is John. Welcome to John's Road Bike Garage. Today, I'm here with Joe and Christian, and we're here kind of celebrating bicycles. We're just having a good time, looking at bikes. We'll show you a few, including, you brought a bike?
I brought vintage friends.
He brought vintage friends. We got a lineup of bicycles that were brought here today, and of course my own collection. Cool. We got some guys upstairs as well, and we'll show you around. This is George. She's got a bike to show us. Tell us about your bike.
Hello everybody. This is a Mazzi Italian Grand Criterion, 1974. It's about a 56, 57 centimeter. It's as close to period correct as I could get it. I think the only thing that's not are the aero bars. I don't think they had those back in 74.
No, they did not. But a lot of people upgraded to them back then, right?
My friend did.
That's
this bike originally belonged to my friend Bob Pineda, and he took really good care of it, as you can see by looking at the bike.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
These are wheels that I built.
You built them yourself?
Yeah, back in about 1979, I think.
Man's got skills. That's awesome.
Beautiful bike. It's just too bad it's not my size.
Exactly. So you're selling this bike? This bike for sale?
The bike is for sale for about $2,000.
Which is the right price for this bike. That's exactly dead on.
For sure, but yeah. And that's the original receipt from Robert's Bike Shop on the north side of Chicago.
You know, considering inflation, you're getting this thing for less than new.
This thing is, if you look at it, you can tell it's almost brand new.
That's a beautiful bike. Well, I don't normally sell bikes in this channel, but if you guys are interested, put it in the comments section below, and George will be paying attention to the comments section, and you guys can get together. Hey, thanks for showing me the bike. It's pretty cool.
Thank you, John.
Guys, check out this bike. This is an Eisenshroud. What year is this thing?
77.
A 77 Eisenshroud. Now, I didn't know they did Philip brazing.
This was a custom, so it was Philip brazed because it's got an oversized down tube, aside from anything else, because it's a 67 centimeter.
67.
Very large bike.
Yeah,
So
it's a
it
tower.
had early Dura Ace on it, but at the moment it's built up for Superb.
Well, I'm a huge fan of the Superb stuff. This is gorgeous. And actually, it's in really good shape. Now, when was this repainted?
It was repainted by the original owner in the 1990s, I'm told. At which point I think he stopped riding it and hung it up in his garage. When I bought it, it was pretty filthy and hadn't been ridden in a long time.
Well, if you got an Eisenshroud, that's something special. He was a pioneer, so
Yeah.
I'm looking for one in my size. If anyone knows, 58 to 60, that's a cool bike. Well, I appreciate you bringing it in.
You bet. Thanks.
All right, we got David here. He's got a cool bike to show.
This is a 1975 Paramount with the bent seat tube, which was an auction from 75 to 78, courtesy of the Montreal Olympics.
And what do they call that? Do they call it a Sprint? The Sprint frame or no?
I don't think so, but the Sprint model was also available with that tube.
Gotcha.
But it was much heavier.
Well, the Sprint bicycle was, yes. But
Yes.
I thought they maybe nicknamed that the Sprint down tube. But that is sharp. And I'm sorry, what year?
75.
75. Of course, you have the Nervex lugs. Check out this group now. Oh, you actually have the right pedals?
Absolutely. Race AX with the
Dynadrive, right?
Dynadrive pedals.
Okay.
very interesting process to rebuild those pedals.
Well, maybe
As you finish them, you realize the sequence that would have actually worked right the first time.
maybe you can help me. I have a pair over there that barely moved. So, this is sharp. So what else can you tell me
Superb
about
brakes.
this thing? Superbs?
The A9 angular needle bearing headset.
Gotcha.
The BioPace inner ring, just to be trying to make it as quirky as possible.
That's quirky. Biodisgrace ring. I'm sorry, I just said it out loud.
No, you wouldn't have said that.
Durace, rear derailleur. This is sharp. What a mix.
It's the 7800 10-speed rear derailleur, but it works just fine on a 7-speed.
Sure.
Of course, it's an 1128 freewheel, just to be convenient.
Well, you can't do that with a campy rear derailleur because it wouldn't handle it. So, especially from '77. Well, that's a sharp bike. I appreciate bringing it in. I heard you had send the serial number up to Schwinn, or I'm sorry, to Richard Schwinn. What did he tell you?
Well, Richard Schwinn says, well, it's definitely a Paramount. We didn't paint it that way because we didn't know how to do fades at that time.
That makes sense.
But we don't have any record of the serial number. We have records of the one before it and the one after it, but that one fell off the truck somewhere.
It's a mystery bike.
Most likely it was thrown in on a deal with the Schwinn order because it belonged to a bike shop owner in Arizona for 30 years.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. How's it ride?
The ride's really nice, but for some reason I keep getting flat tires with this bike.
It must be the frame's fault.
Yeah, I too much weight on the rear wheel, that's it. I need to lose some pounds.
Well, that's cool. Thanks for showing that.
The theory was that you could have a shorter wheelbase. The Sprint, yes.
Hey, we got Mike here. He's got a really unique bike. Check this out. What can you tell me about this thing?
This is a 1964-ish Donald Sport, which is similar to a Raleigh Sports, but with a D-shaped head crown.
Well, that's unique. Usually they're round, right?
Right. I found it in the trash, no wheels,
Oh,
no
you're kidding me.
handlebars, no seat. And before I knew about the difference between 26-inch wheels, she ended up a mountain bike friend.
Oh, I gotcha.
The unique feature of it is it has a 2-speed fixed gear hub that I built myself.
A 2-speed fixed gear hub.
Yes.
Is that a Sturmy?
It's a Sturmy
What-
Archer AW.
Was it always a 2-speed or was it a 3-speed at one time?
3-speed, I converted it 2-speed fixed.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Now, how do you get a fixed gear out of that?
You do a little bit of machine work with a grinder and a Dremel tool, and you can make it work.
You're fusing the driver, right?
Yeah, you're pretty much locking the high speed out.
Oh, okay.
You have low gear and direct drive and a neutral.
Well, thanks for bringing that in. I love the old bag, too. What year is this thing from? That's vintage.
I don't know. I found that at a slot meet for $10.
Well, if you guys know what year this thing's from, let us know in the comments section below. It's really neat. Hey, thanks a lot for bringing that in. Come on, David, you're up. What do you got here?
Okay, this is a 1986 Raleigh USA, but made in England.
This is made in England.
This is made in England because it is Reynolds 753.
Ooh.
And to do Reynolds 753, you have to be certified by Reynolds. So in 1974, Gerald O'Donovan, who had been the head of Carlton before Raleigh bought them, talked Raleigh into making an attempt at the Tour de France, which they eventually won in 1980. And to do that, they took the 5 best frame makers from Carlton and set them up in what had been a Rolls-Royce factory in Ilkeston, which proceeded to make team bikes for a number of different teams, including Raleigh, and all custom bikes.
No kidding.
All the serial numbers start with SB for SBDU, Special Bicycle Division Development Unit.
It's a beautiful bike.
The very best steel Raleighs were made by the SBDU division.
Were the Raleigh team, TI team bikes made there too?
That's where those were all made.
Okay, was that after this bike?
Well, this bike is an 86. They won the Tour in 1980.
Okay,
Early 87, Raleigh shut down that division.
in '87.
Right. They had won the Tour and they were done.
Gotcha. Oh, you got the alloy free wheel on there, huh? Look at that. That's cool.
150 grams of freewheel.
Woohoo! Well, thanks for bringing that in. I appreciate it.
Good meeting you. Take care.
We have Elwood. How you doing, Elwood?
Doing well, John, doing well.
You bought a cool bike here. This is totally awesome. What do we have?
Yeah, we have a 1984 Basso Gup, and some of the high components of it, other than the just blazingly glorious chrome.
It is.
We have some superby brakes. Everything else is campy. We have these very unique curved down tube shifters, which I think belong on a Pinarello, if I'm not mistaken, by that back logo.
Oh, okay.
But they are still fun nonetheless.
Those are sharp.
Yes.
Love
We
it.
have the fluted campy seat post, which I tried to hand paint. It's easier said than done, so I'm gonna have to touch that up a bit.
I've had bad luck doing that. I'm
Yeah.
just awful at it. That is so cool, though.
Yeah.
What with the green? What inspired you to put the green on the handlebars?
Oh, because it's Italian.
It's Italian.
Yes, it's Italian. And I think we have these unique Modolo contoured ego sort of grips.
Right.
So they should get a nice green patina after a while.
Those are cool. A lot more comfortable than the campy ones. I tell you
Yeah.
what.
And you want to take a look at that bottom bracket that's right here?
Sure. What do we got? Got the cut bottom bracket. It says it's a 58 or 57 centimeter.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is a great looking bike. I remember when you bought it.
Thank you. And it still gets ridden.
Well, I'm not shocked. You guys don't know this gentleman, but when we go to the training group, he actually keeps up on the steel bikes. All the guys on their plastic bikes, he keeps up. So I'm really impressed. The dude could ride. Also, you commute everywhere, don't you?
And this one, you only get 5 in the back.
Oh, what a ripoff!
Yeah, not many options. It's basically pedal harder.
For you younger people, that's called a corn cob. And you wince when you see that. But this man could pull a gear, so that is sharp. Well, I appreciate you bringing it in.
Yeah, thank you, John.
Looks pretty cool.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, he's got one more bike too I want to look at, so let's look at the next one.
Sure.
Elwood, this thing's nuts. What is it?
This is a 1962 Raleigh Grand Sport, bought in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was sold by a company called Wares.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I believe doesn't exist anymore. Heavy as sin. We have a Brooks Brooks Swallow saddle, which is about as comfortable as it looks.
It looks like a thong.
It does. It's a thong.
Tell me about these brakes. They're totally unique.
They're GB style brakes, and I think Quare 66. But it's really interesting. They have a little internal adjustment here. If you can see, you
I
can
see underneath.
rotate that for adjusting.
You tighten those up there.
Yeah, exactly.
That is cool.
And the unique, what I call the spear point. If you take a look at the top of that
Oh,
stem,
sure. Same thing on the bar. That's unique as well. Your
the
handlebar
shim,
sheet.
yeah, which is actually labeled.
Let's see. What do we got here? Wow. See, this is before my era, guys. I know very little to nothing about
The
this.
British were big on doing the single strap
Oh, yeah.
around the top, which adds to the weight. We have a nice Impero Silca pump.
Gotta have
Came along
that.
with it.
Countered cranks, too.
Cranks, yeah, with the half-step gearing. So I believe they're actually Raleigh. There's an R on here somewhere. I can't.
Raleigh.
There's the
Yeah.
If there's a Raleigh video on YouTube.
It's a little guy there.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Raleigh actually stamped their own cranks and stuff, and pretty
Flip it
cool.
around for you. The unique thing is there's an oil port on the bottom bracket.
Oh my, yeah,
So you can go ahead and lube it up before race day or whatever.
that's pretty sharp. What is this mount for?
That is for a headlight.
Hell,
Headlight mount.
gotta love that.
Yeah, nice big braze on there.
When I first saw that from one side, I thought it was a front lowrider mount. I mean, that's too early for lowrider mounts.
Exactly.
But that is a sharp bike. It's just not a vintage I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
I still love how ornate everything is.
Yeah.
And it's a shame they don't do that anymore.
Even the plugs, everything matched back in the day.
Actually, nice cloth tape. That stem is just
It is.
priceless. That is a beautiful.
And it's made of something, I believe it says hindinium.
So,
Yeah.
guys, what is this stem? What's this metal it's made out of? It doesn't say aluminum or steel. Hindinium. That's a good question. Well, that's a cool bike. I appreciate bringing it in. What's in the bag?
Oh, it's a made in England Schwinn.
An old Schwinn bag made in England.
Yeah.
Guys, what year did this thing come out? Just leave it in the comment section below if you have a clue.
Yeah,
Once
wonderful
again.
little leather strap there.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have leather.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Velcro be darned.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that one in.
You're welcome, John.
Hey, guys. Last bike of the night. This is Andy. What do you got, Andy?
I have a 1985 Ochsner.
Ochsner International. You got Olthen's signature on the top tube. Where'd you get this bike?
I purchased this bike in Waukesha, Wisconsin, approximately about almost 3 years ago. The gentleman I purchased it from saw it in a dumpster.
Oh no.
Yeah, he thought it was unique and pulled it out, kept it for 2 years.
Dumpster.
Ended up posting it on the Facebook Marketplace. I saw it, went to go pick it up, and it seems like some kids had the bike and tried to turn it into a fixie bike because it had none of the components except for the crank and the wheels.
Okay, so that was a telltale sign.
Yes.
So it looks like you got a mixture of campy stuff on here.
Yes.
And it's a nice setup. Looks like it'll function really well. The brakes are awesome. Which brakes are those?
They're campy. Those are campy. I believe they're Victory.
Victory?
Yeah.
I think they're Victory too. If you have another opinion, leave it in the comments section below. You got the Victory Aero seat post, Chinelli cockpit, the Aero levers. No, this thing's ready to go.
Yeah, and I do ride it. I have also an original saddle for it. But like I said, I got the original pedals also. But I do ride it, so that's why you see the SPDSLs.
Sure.
The Perallo seat on there.
Well, those are two things that are personal, right? Your saddle and your pedals are always personal.
Exactly.
You know, but no, that's a cool bike. I know back in the day when I worked at a shop, the Ochsner catalog would come with some imported frames. He imported these under his own name. They're made in Switzerland, and they're beautifully built. I mean, look at the lug work here. You got some long point lugs with some holes carved in the center, if you want to call it that. But yeah, this thing here will take you on a train ride for sure.
Definitely. They don't make them like this anymore, so
No, they don't.
you have to enjoy them.
Well, I appreciate you bringing it by.
Thank you. Thanks so much, John. Appreciate it.
Well, guys, there's a long day, but we're not over yet. Check this out. All right, we are at the bike swap, Chicagoland Bike swap in St. Charles, Illinois. And just coming across some bikes here. We have a vintage Pinarello, however. It's got like a modern, inexpensive Centaur group. And actually, it's not a bad little bike, man. If you want a retro mod steel bike, there you go. Pretty cool. Also, we got a vintage LA steel frame. Kind of a mixture of Rival on it. Not a bad deal. Pretty cool. Just a typical pile of old stuff here. Nothing really exciting. Keep looking though. Keep looking. Dynadrive. Got some stems. Technomic. Those are decent to have when you need them. Couple cockpits. It's my booth here. Got a few things for sale. Woman's bike. And I'm showing you with these two gentlemen. That's Don Shibman and Mark Matei. And got some vintage shoes. Got this frame you guys seen on my channel. It's the AMF bike. It's actually made by Marinoni. Got a Lotus competition Reynolds frame. Campy headset. Got a Viscount Aerospace. And a huge set of, never mind.
Truck nuts.
What are they?
Truck nuts.
Truck nuts.
That's where you hang from your trailer hitch.
We went full redneck here. A little more vintage stuff here. Interesting hubs. All right, Cyril here has got this front wheel with a Tipo hub. That is Tipo. It's not black. It's just dirty. And he asked me what the price said. I said, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks. He put 10 bucks just to get rid of it, to be a guy. And I said, you know what? Someone's going to have to come along with a Tipo rear hub that matches. And there's Ben. Walks up with this hub. There you go. 10 bucks. Sold.
Get it out of here.
Sale of the century. Paramount track bike. Not sure if that's the same one that was at Madison. They're not giving it away, obviously. All right, I'm at my booth here. Anything here you think you need, let me know. We'll ship it to you. A few things here and there. That's pretty rare. The swap. There's a great time. I was with Cyril Friend, my old Specialized rep was with me, and Mark McKay, the old owner of Cycle Smithy. So, just interesting people. And also a gentleman named Don who's writing a book about Schwinn right now. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he comes up with. So you'll hear more about him later. So what I did get is a new old stock pair of Beta Biker shoes. Now they don't fit me. I don't expect them to. They're probably dry rotted. But they're new old stock and they're going to go in the case. It's just a piece of history. They were, you know, a really tough sole. They bent this way, but they wouldn't bend the other way really well, which is intentional so you can pedal more efficiently. And I just thought it was a nice piece of history. Something else, a couple pair of turbo tires with a skin wall, slightly aged. They're still rideable, just not perfect. So I got them at a deal. And Candy 3 pedals. I know they're new, guys. You're not excited about that. My Crank Brothers, I have them in my moods. I want to put them on a couple bikes here that I do want to ride on the trail here. So I always keep those pedal shoes. Gentleman named George, good man. Sold me some brakes, got some Nova Record brakes, and he actually brought them to the party yesterday, but forgot them. So got those in the show. Some another Crank Brothers pair of pedals. The oh geez, what do they call those things? The lollipops? I forgot. So silly. Guys, you know what? That's it. There's a lousy show for me. I sold my Lotus frame and a few other bits. I hardly worth the time, but you know what? A lot of you guys came out. I met probably 15 of you guys that watched the channel. That was exciting. I really enjoyed that. I also met a guy named Mike Bowers. Hey Mike, wave! And I went on Ragbri with him in the 80s, and he was just in my booth yakking. I looked up at him because he's this tall, and like, Mike Bowers? He said, yeah. So that was just cool to connect, and a couple old customers from Action Cycling. But anyways, thanks so much for watching and bearing with me here, and we'll catch you next video.